Now, let's get into some drafting. Now, first off, I've kind of been mulling this over in my head over the last few days of where I think the Pats should go as far as with their first round pick. There's really only two options that most experts are going towards, which is either edge rusher or an offensive tackle. And my my thinking is pretty much in line with that. I do think no matter what, with their first two picks, the Pats should go with an edge rusher and an offensive tackle in whatever order. But personally, I would go with an edge rusher in round one. And I have two guys. I have two guys for each. I have two guys for who I would use with the Pats' first round pick as an edge rusher. Firstly, I got Akeem Mesidor out of Miami, the ACC sack leader this past year. He feels like a perfect replacement for K'Lavon Chaisson. He's got a very high motor and is just very determined to make the right play. And right now, one of the only flaws of his game is that he's an older prospect. He's 25, which, in my opinion, I think actually bodes well because older prospects tend to be more prepared to play at the NFL level, which puts Mesidor possibly in a really good position to take over the spot for K'Lavon Chaisson and give some quality reps right away out of him. I'd say he's a fairly well-rounded prospect. I'd like to see him become a Patriot at least. Although, in all fairness, a lot of experts have him going off the board before he even gets to the Patriots. A lot of experts have him mid-teens to early 20s. So, Mesidor might not even be available by the time the Pats pick unless they decide to trade up. Now, if Mesidor is off the board, my backup plan would be R. Mason Thomas out of Oklahoma. R. Mason Thomas, he specializes as a pass rusher. He has an extensive pass rushing bag, and his speed to power conversion is elite. And he can absolutely turn the corner and just leave other tackles in the dust. The thing is, he in his current state is not a 3-down player. He's not a 3-down edge rusher. He's not a very good run defender. But personally, I'm not too concerned about that. I'm honestly fine with R. Mason Thomas, at least right now, being just a situational guy and being able to bring a pass rush. Because that's what the Pats need, man. They need a pass rush. They need somebody off the edge that can get to the quarterback and quickly. And R. Mason Thomas, I think, can do that. I think can do that at a really good level. To recap, my first priority, if I'm New England, would be Akeem Mesidor out of Miami. But if he's off the board, then R. Mason Thomas out of Oklahoma. I think both of those guys could do really well for New England as rookies.